Hello everyone, my name is Ishita Mangal. I'm a fashion designer and the creative director of Quo and a content creator. Today I'm going to show you how I designed and made my own jewelry with scraps lying at home and how I style the same in two ways. This is an attempt to show off yet another fabulous skill of mine, so please don't forget to applaud at the end of the video. These are the three needles that I've used, but I did end up using the smaller one the most, so you're good with just that needle as well. These are the regular cotton polyester threads, and I've chosen these colors because they match the trims that I'm going to use. I've chosen a red brocade fabric because red is a symbol of danger. Just kidding. I've chosen it just because I like it. I've also taken the fabric and fused it at the back with fusing. A fusing is basically a fabric which is applied at the back of fabrics to make them stiffer and thicker with the help of an iron. But you may skip this step if the fabric that you have is already stiff. Based on the width of the choker that I want, I have folded and ironed the fabric as shown. The top part is where all the trims will be seen, aka the part for which you will judge me the most. And the inside part is where all the knots and threads will be visible, which you will not see, but which will suck the life out of me. Now I'm going to fold the fabric and identify the center point of it and mark it with the help of a pencil. I'm taking a gold button and placing it in the center. It's a good idea to start from the center to ensure symmetry. Next, I'm going to thread the needle. You need a pretty good eyesight for this, so if you don't have one, you might want to get laser or spectacles, and then this jewelry making process will be a pretty expensive affair for you, for which I do not want to be blamed. Take your time to fix your trim properly. Do not rush this. This is not like the choice of boy you need to make for your next date. Just make sure that you start and end the knotting process in the inside so that there is no extra thread visible on the outside. This was a shell earring that I've had for many years, and this is something that I purchased from an online store. It was really heavy, I could not wear it and I could not return it. I've removed the bottom cluster of the shells from both the earrings. I'm going to place them on both sides of the button and I'm going to stitch them there. When I was stitching the cluster of shells, I made sure that it was firm and tight. What I mean is that with one hand I pressed the trim nicely on the fabric, and with the other hand I made sure that the stitches were tight enough to hold the trim in place and not let it hang loose on the fabric. After adding every trim, I make sure I flatten the fabric out. I attached the shell cluster on the other side similarly, and this is what it looked like. Next, I'm going to attach this chain trim, which is a leftover piece from the chain trim that I had attached on one of my mom's blouse. I'm going to stitch it section by section right on the edge of the choker. If you plan to attach something like this, please don't stitch it in a rush. This is not like the situation of you viewing somebody's Insta stories. This is what the close-up of the stitches looks like. When you reach the final stitch attachment, never ever forget to lock the thread on the inside of the fabric. You may forget to lock your room when but you can't forget to lock the thread. Next, I'm going to stitch this gota patti, which I'm pretty sure got detached from one of the hanging tassels from a lehenga. After this, I'm going to take this gold coat button and stitch it on top of the gota patti to give this choker another dimension. Another reason why I'm adding this is because I feel like the center part of the gota patti looks kind of cheap, and I just want to add another element that makes it look rich. Looks more expensive, doesn't it? Please don't tell me if it doesn't. Next, I'm going to take another shell cluster and place it right on the side of the gota patti. I'm going to stitch it nice and tight. I shouldn't have to tell you this, and if I still have to, that means you're still not going to get it right. This is what it looks like at this point. I'm just going to attach the same on the other side, and to save your and my time, I'm just going to forward to the end of that part. This is what it looks like now, and next I'm going to take this kalira that one of my friends gave me in a recent wedding, and I'm going to attach this as the pendant of the choker. This is what the choker looks like at this point, and now we're going to move on to the string attachment. Now I have 4 matching options for the string. This red one is thin and slippery. This gold one is thick but it is coarse, so it might hurt me at the back. This other gold one is stiff, but it's too thin. However, the thickness and the firmness of this gold and white one is ideal. Now I'm going to open up to the inside part of the choker. You can see all the threads and the knots. That doesn't really matter because this is ultimately all going to be sealed together. I'm going to take this double-sided body tape and I'm going to apply it on the edges of the choker. Take your time to paste this tape to make sure there are no bumps in the fabric. After that, I'm going to remove the upper seal of the tape and I'm going to apply the tape again in the center of the choker. Be very careful when handling the body tape because it tends to be extremely sticky, just like some of the people in your life. You would have noticed I folded the shorter sides also inside, and next I'm going to take the string and place it on top of the body tape. Just make sure there is a substantial amount of string hanging on both the left and the right side because that is going to be used to tie the choker up at the back. After this, I'm going to apply the body tape again on top of the bottom string in order to be able to seal this. Next, I'm going to paste the body tape on the shorter sides. After removing the upper seal of all the tapes, I'm going to carefully close the choker. You might want to take your time to do this. Make sure there are no bumps in the fabric. There will be no stepping back after this step. This is not like the ex-boyfriend situation in your life that you keep going back to. I've used the body tape because it gives a certain firmness towards the edges of the fabric and it also makes sure that it's sealed correctly. So when I'm stitching the edges on top of this, then nothing moves. For the final step, I'm going to seal the entire choker with the help of thread. I have made sure that the thread is matching to the color of the fabric so that it doesn't shine on top of it. This is a close-up of what the stitches look like on the edge. After stitching all the edges, this is what the choker finally looks like. And you can see that the back also looks very neat and professional. Choker by designer Ishita Mangal, made with good taste and a lot of love. Next, I'm going to take the earrings from which I detangled the shell clusters, remember? And I'm going to finish the bottom of those earrings so that I can wear it with this or maybe with something else. I'm just taking this random vintage coin and attaching it at the bottom with the help of thread. This is what it looks like now. This is much more lighter and much more wearable. This is what the earring and the choker set looks like. I'm not sure if they will look good together, but I'm pretty sure I love them both. You may take a moment to applaud me. Now I'm going to show you how I styled the necklace in two ways. Wearing this crushed dress because I'm too lazy to iron anything. I've chosen this dress because it complements the colors of the choker really well. Adding this cape, which is essentially just a rectangular piece of cloth with a hole towards one edge, and wearing it like I've shown here. This is a cape that I purchased, but you can also get a tailor to cut a circle in it just like this. The embroidery that you can see on the edge is something that I added to make this cape a little bit more formal. This is what it looks like from the back. Adding these embroidered jutis to my look. You like it, don't you? Now you're gonna go look for an old dupatta. I knew it. Let me show you all three angles of this look again before I move on to the next look. For the second look, I'm styling it with the sari. There is an interesting story behind this blouse. The front embroidered fabric of this blouse is actually the sleeve of my mom's very old blouse, but I fell short of the fabric, so I got the back side of this blouse embroidered separately, and you can see the color difference in the front and the back. I know, I'm very talented. You need not write that in the comments. I think the work on the sari, on the blouse and on the choker complement each other very well. What do you think? I've added the same portly bag to this look and I'm doing some weird move and I do not know why. The purpose of this video is not just to show off all my creative skills, but also to prove that if you think you need money to be fashionable, you're wrong. You just need good taste. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.